Hello everyone and welcome to the FPL Gameweek 2 press conference stream with me, Holly Shand. I cannot believe that we are already 1 week on from the Game Week 1 deadline. You'll notice I'm back at home with the full setup this week, so hopefully it goes smoother than last week, but appreciate everyone is here. We've had quite a lot of news come through already, which is great to see, and a lot more to come. If you are here, come say hello in the live chat if you're watching live. Make sure you hit the like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. I'm here every week at 1 o'clock on a Friday. We've got 9 Premier League press conferences coming up over the next hour. We're going to hear from Bournemouth shortly and Wolves, and then at 1:30 we've got Arsenal, Aston Villa, Everton, Fulham, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest and Spurs. Some breaking team news already. Frimpong, the most owned defender in the game, is out until after the international break. We've already heard from Pep Gvardiol in the last half an hour that Gvardiol is still out for City, but Rodri and Foden are available. And Eddie Howe told us this morning that Isak will not be involved on Monday v Liverpool. Let's jump straight over to the live chat. There was a lot of people in very early, so kudos to the likes of Evo, Ali Razor, who says, let's go. Rafid already in with the captaincy dilemma. The poll is live, guys, by the way. It is your captain picks. We've got 4 options for you. Haaland, Salah, an Arsenal attacker, or Palmer. Bonkers LFC is in. Concern of who is actually going to start at right back for Liverpool because Bradley is injured. Joe Gomez is just coming back from injury as well. Simon is in. Good to see you, Simon. It's been a while. Hi, Tony. Bonkers LFC fantasy ain't changed Eze's shirt to Arsenal. Has he actually been announced? I think he had to be signed by midday to have a chance of making the squad for Leeds. Bunker's already trolling me on the Villa late presser. Let's see what happens. Light Rays is in. Evo's staying patient with his picks. Good to see you, Stephen, as well. Sam McAllister, nice to see you. FPL Spudjack is in and modding. He says, hey everyone, are we all ready for the stream? Hi Asha. VJ says subscribe, it costs nothing. Sammy says good to be back. Before we start, I'd like to share some good news. My cover is on the up and I'm in contention to start 8. The starting 8 of Taipei Warriors FC. Ace news, well done. Mike is in, good to see you, Mike. Scott is in from Lexington, Kentucky. I feel like it's been a long while since I said that. Lots of members to shout out, including Al Chester as well. Shall we jump straight in and have a look at what we've got in terms of injury news then? Let me get the right things up. My team is on screen. I made my transfer on Monday night, which was Chris Wood in for João Pedro. But what I want to look at is, well, the tweet deck is live here. Just while I've been starting the stream, I want to make sure that we've not missed anything because we were waiting for the Bournemouth press conference, which was due to take place at 1 o'clock. Oh, there, here we go. Team news. Ryan Christie has trained all week and barring a reaction, the midfielder should be involved on Saturday. Cliver is working partially with the group and he is a little behind Christie in terms of his fitness. Sinister alone going through as well. Daz Hale of BBC Radio is already waiting for Unai Emery's press conference. I mean, that 1:30 press conference that could be at any time. Let's see. The Wolves press conference is underway as well. So while we're waiting for quotes from all of those, we will start to have a look through what we know already. Oh, amazing. Scott has gifted 5 memberships. That's amazing, Scott. Those that have got them are I Must Have a Username, Asher Ali, Graham, Eddie, and an FPL Down Under. So if you got one, Do give Scott a big thank you. Thank you, Scott. Really appreciate all your support on the stream. Let me know what time it is where you are as well. So yeah, let's have a look at what's in the bookmarks so far then. I might give this a little refresh. So yeah, we've just had the update from Bournemouth. Pep had to say on a goalkeeper decision, we decide tomorrow after dinner. So Edison was ruled out in game week 1 due to illness, but he is available for game week 2. But who starts? We don't know. Oh, Gianni's in the chat as well. He says he's watching on the train, watching his TV wife. I love that, Gianni. We got the gang back together this morning for the fantasy show. I think it should be on the Premier League website already. I might just have a look at that. But also, if you're in the UK, it is on Sky Sports Premier League at 4 p.m. UK time. And it's also on TNT Sports 1 at 5:30 UK time. But yeah, it is there on the website as well. Gianni was in the studio this morning. And I was at home. And Gianni's bench boosting this week. I've not had a chance to message you, Gianni, but I was going to say, get it activated. It looks like this is the week. Some big news though from Pep as well. On Akanji and Savinho, he was kind of a bit elusive on them, and he said, "Think our players. They are our players, and we'll see. I think a few things are going to happen." And we will see. This is classic Pep behaviour. Do not be put off by that. Also from Pep, some other crucial injury updates. Gvardiol is still out, as are Savinho and Kovacic, but Rodri is available and Foden is available as well. So that's quite crucial information. The one thing I did want to check, I can't remember. I feel like I watched the City game, but did Rodri get any minutes? No, he didn't. He was on the bench. Yeah, that comes as no surprise. He is a player that's going to need to start getting some minutes in games, though. And then, yeah, from I think this Brighton press conference was yesterday, but a quote from that on Hinselwood. He has trained fully so far, so he will be an option. And there are still 2 players out, Adam Webster and Solly March. Solly March is one of those players that I've kind of forgot about him because he's been out for so long. We heard from Brentford this morning. Damsgaard, Pinnock, Konak and Magoma are all back in training and in contention for the game against Aston Villa tomorrow. Justin Cliver has done some things in training with the team, and he should be more difficult for him to be involved than Christie. We heard from Eddie Howe this morning on Isak. There's been no change. He won't be part of the squad for the game against Liverpool. He's contracted to us. He's our player, and my wish is that he would be playing on Monday night, but he won't be. That's regrettable at the moment, but 100% I want to see him back. And then if we have a look through all the press conference updates from Thursday, from Sunderland, O'Neill, Alese, Kirkin and Hesjeldi will not feature before September. Masuako is in contention. Wakeli is another defensive option for Labrise. I'm probably butchering all of these pronunciations. I do apologise. Nordi is trained partly with us and he's almost ready. So that's the update from that one. By the way, guys, there's 300 of you in, only 67 likes. Let's get it up to 100. We will hear from Arteta at 1:30, but we do know that Kai Havertz is out for a while with a knee injury. Arteta should give us a time frame you'd expect today. We heard from Chelsea boss Maresca yesterday. Lavia and Badiashile are sidelined. Fofana is available. Tosin is available. It was precautionary. At Leeds, Calvert-Lewin Each training session is important for him after a long summer break. From a fitness point of view, he's in good shape. We will decide when to use him. On Okafor, he will train for the first time this afternoon. He could make the squad. He doesn't need 3 to 4 weeks to build up fitness. Labrice on Silt, he is good. It's good, no problem. Masuaku should be taken a little closer to being involved after being in training. Slot on Frimpong replacement. Gomez is one of them, but for him to already play 20 minutes, that's already quite a lot. I wouldn't say he's had a setback, but he wasn't able to train 3 days in a row completely with the team. This is normal when you've been out so long. Let's see where he is and if he can be involved on Monday. Burnley, Broja, another week down the line, still got more work to do. Edging to possibly being involved at the weekend. Ampadu out until after the international break with an MCL. A note on Crystal Palace and how strong their team was for the Conference League qualifying last night with Munoz, Sarr and Mateta. 1-0 leaders going into the away leg. Not conclusive. The tie is still in the balance. More on the right-back situation at Liverpool while Conor Bradley has been in training. With Frimpong out until the end of the international break. Rumours that at Arsenal, Gyökeres could be on penalties over Saka. So that's a roundup of everything that we know so far. As I mentioned, the tweet deck is open to give you live updates from the press conferences. Wolves is happening right now. So let's see what we've got from that one. Some comments on new signing Choa. I really need to learn how to say some of these names. I'm getting there with Wirtz and Reinders. Some quotes on Strand Larsen, who is rumoured to be on several clubs' lists, player to buy. I watch him in training and he's committed. He's preparing himself to play tomorrow. If the window is open, players can come and leave. This is football. I think that's probably going to be the amount that we're going to get from this Wolves press conference. But no news is good news, we say, don't we? At this point, I wouldn't be too concerned. I don't know whether we're going to get anything else, any kind of significant updates from that one. That's everything that we've got so far. So it's about 1:15. So we've already heard today from Newcastle, Brentford, Bournemouth, Man City and Wolves. At 1:30, well, you never know with Unai Emery, but at 1:30 we should hear from Arsenal, Aston Villa, Everton, Fulham, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest and Spurs. If you are waiting for updates from those press conferences, while you wait, hit the like button. We've made it to 100 likes. Subscribe to the channel as well and drop your questions in the chat, because while we're waiting for all the news to filter through, I am going to be spending some time answering your questions and solving your dilemmas ahead of the Game Week 2 deadline, which is tonight at 6:30. Do not miss it. Let's jump across to the live chat then and see what questions we have. This is your opportunity to fire away with any queries you may have. FPL Anita, do you think Watkins should be added to the captaincy poll? Yeah, to be fair, I didn't have room for an other, but I knew that Haaland, Salah, an Arsenal attacker, and Palmer were quite popular. To be fair, I did the the fantasy show this morning, and Palmer was winning the poll ahead of Salah, which I thought was strange, but I guess his ownership is a little bit higher. Who knows? all things about everything, free hit or wildcard. It is too early to wildcard, in my opinion. Game week 4 is the earliest I'd consider a wildcard, and that's when the transfer window closes. In the meantime, it's too early. If you're looking at this week and you're fearing having no Arsenal, no Haaland, free hit could work. Viable strategy. I'd get Bournemouth attack in there as well. But I think waiting is the key. Billy asked, Frimpong replacement. Bradley, Van Dijk, Kirkes, or look away from Liverpool. Yeah, Cucurella and Aït-Nouri probably your top replacements. Cucurella probably because of the fixtures. If you like the look of Arsenal, obviously a big clean sheet at Old Trafford, you could go with Gvardiol. You could go cheaper though and move funds forward. I don't know if we've learned enough about defensive contributions yet to really lock in exactly how we need to kind of structure our squads and spend those funds. But yeah, I think if I was wanting a like for like replacement, Cucurella would be where it would be at for me. I agree Watkins should be in the captaincy conversation. I didn't know who to cut out to say other. Akshat says we're going for 300 likes. There's 400 of you in, only 100 likes. I mean, amazing that we've got to 100 likes, but keep pressing that button. João Pedro news / leak. I don't think we was expecting anything, were we? Are we expecting something on João Pedro? Maresca was yesterday. Yeah, I hope so too, Mike. Yeah, this offer at Leeds is coming at 5.5. Goldfinger. I have Gakpo and Vitz. Do they both play? I can't see why not. I'm expecting them to. Yeah. And this is probably why the Isak transfer hasn't gone through, because Newcastle won't let him go until they've locked in a replacement. Quite a few fancying the Watkins captain. I love that. Maybe I need to just redo the captain poll. Ash from FPL Juice is in. Good to see you. Watching in the office while winding down the working week on triple captain Gyökeres. I mean, he should play 90 with Havertz out. Good luck. I mean, this is the thing, though. When we've got the double chips, you can just enjoy playing these chips in the first half of the season and not get too bogged down with the strategy. Will Tosin start? Given that it's precautionary, I'd be surprised if he didn't. Oh, VJ says, why not subscribe to Holly's multi-award-winning channel? Yeah, I think the voting might have closed now for the next iteration of the Football Content Awards, but we hit 40,000 on this stream last week. I mean, if we could hit 40,500 today, that'd be incredible. 40.5k. Got to keep growing, building. Bongo Bongo needs 2 4 million defenders. Any ideas? Esteve, Ronaldo. There's plenty from the promoted teams that are worthy of your consideration. Let's put it that way. Start Dewsbury Hall or Johnson? Probably start Dewsbury Hall, to be fair. Transfer out and die. No, you can't. You cannot transfer out and die before Everton's first home game in their new stadium. Catboy says, keep up the good work. Thank you. Spudjack's pushing to 200 likes. I love the enthusiasm, guys. There's absolutely loads of questions in the chat. Make sure you're voting on that captaincy poll. While we're talking captaincy, here are the predicted points for this week for over on Fantasy Football Hub. Salah 7.2 points, Haaland 7.1, Saka 7.1, Gyökeres 6.4, Palmer 6.2, Watkins down at 5.6. That's going to be my excuse for not adding him to the captaincy poll. But as a Fantasy Football Hub member, you can get your AI recommended transfers. You can join the hub today with 50% off. And if you don't win your mini league, you'll get your money back. It's a really fantastic offer and it's not on for long. So make the most of it. Sign up today. Get that 50% off locked in. Get your recommended transfers if you don't know what to do with this game week. Dig into the Opta stats to find out, you know, the likes of Wirtz and how many key passes he had last week, which may persuade you to keep hold of him. But it's a really fantastic product. You also get a few articles on there written by me, including the Q&A for this week. So yeah, the link for that is in the description to the video, and it is pinned now in the chat as well. Let's do some more questions, shall we? I'll put the tweet deck back up just to check that we've not missed anything. I know it's called X Pro now, but I'm stuck in the dark ages, guys, I'm afraid. I think we're good. I don't think we've missed anything. This is a good start for anyone back in Chelsea. West Ham have won just 2 games at the London Stadium this year and haven't won at home in the Premier League since February the 27th. And I've just sold João Pedro for Chris Wood. It's all right. I'm backing my decision. We're 10 minutes off those big press conferences coming up at 1:30, so plenty of time for me to continue to answer your questions. So if you've got any questions, drop them in the live chat and I'll do as many as I can. Nebojsa, play one, Porro, Neco, Williams, Estev. Got to be Estev. Does Reinders start? Yeah, he should do. No word on the fitness of Strand Larsen, but I think the fact that there was comments made on training means that he is. Haaland, captain or Palmer, got to be Haaland. If you own Haaland or you own an Arsenal attacker, that's where your armband goes this week. Semenyo or Wirtz, whichever one you own. If you've got Wirtz, keep him. Don't make the switch to Semenyo. I think with Gvardiol out, I think Ain't Nori's pretty much nailed. I mean, Ashley, was you not on this stream when I was doubling up with parenting and streaming? I've been there. As a captain, if they got the papers in before 12. I don't think they have. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please don't spam the chat. Please just ask your question once. Reinders or Bob? Reinders. Haaland captain would be my top pick this week if I owned him. Graham, play Ndiaye or Aina in the defence? Ndiaye. Would you go for Richards or Anderson? Probably Richards. Spudjack, bench 2 out of Estev, Porro, Juve, Williams, Richards. Probably Porro and Williams. Neil is in. He says, hello, Holly. Hello, everyone. Best stream of the week. Thank you. Just making sure I've not missed any questions from any of our members. Britain in with a super chat. Is that 2 weeks in a row, Britain? And Ndiaye is and will always be a trap. You've not even come in with a question. You've just come straight in with an punditry opinion. I mean, I never considered Ndiaye either. I kind of get you. I'm with you on that. I've got to agree. But if there was a game where I'd be happy to back him, it would be this opening game of the season in the new stadium. I think that bit is significant. But yeah, in terms of who to back in general, yeah, it's not Ndiaye, especially when you look at the likes of Reinders. He looks like a bargain. I have missed some of the member questions, so I'm going to go back through. I think I went a bit fast when I was scrolling. Neil says, any Man City Pep updates? Yeah, Gvardiol out, Rodri and Foden are back, Savino and Akanji he was very elusive on. He said he'll make a decision on which goalkeeper plays after dinner. So, yeah, clear as mud as always. Alex Marman is on Watkins captain. Yeah, Watkins, obviously, big history with Brentford. Great record against them as well. I can see why people are going there. But it was a bit of a concern to see them fail to score against Newcastle at home in game week 1. Scott, I've sold Bowen to Wood Monday, so it gives me Haaland, Pedro, Ward across the front three. Bench boost is locked in. I love it. If you are on bench boost, that's Scott's on bench boost. I've seen Gianni's on bench boost. Or if you're playing any chip this week, let me know in the chat and I'll give you a shout out. FPL Shorts is parenting, commenting on YouTube and working. You're 100% not working, you're watching the stream, but fair play. Alex, would Watkins be a good differential as a captain playing against a struggling Brentford side? Yes. Oh, Dan, what's your chip strategy looking like? I don't have a chip strategy at the moment. I mean, if Konza hadn't have got himself sent off, I could have bench boosted this week. Probably wouldn't have done. I've got no chip strategy at the minute. I'm going to see how it goes. I'm not going to make any big decisions till the transfer window's shut. We'll see. Playing with freedom. They say, like, people were saying, oh, I'm going to bench boost in this week because I really want this player for this game. We don't even know which teams are going to have the form when we get there. That's why I'm not getting bogged down in it all. That's my opinion on it. I mean, you can play your own game, but that's where I'm at. Asher, Estevao Porro, and what is the thoughts behind this? Okay, we've got to go with the clean sheet potential and the DEFCON potential over attacking potential. Alex has gone Frimpong to Gabriel. That's a good transfer. Tillmans or Cunha? Cunha for next week. Tell you what, guys, I was at Fest last week. My voice, 1 week later, still struggling. Well, it's not too bad, but I think it's just because I've talked for the last 26 minutes. It's made it worse. But we'll be okay. Talking about the 26 minutes then. We are waiting for the 1:30 pressers. While we're waiting, remember to like the stream, subscribe to the channel as well. But yeah, at 1:30... we're going to hear from Arsenal, Aston Villa, Everton, Fulham, Manchester United, Nottingham Forest and Spurs. So let me know in the chat who you want this news from. There's a few that are on chips this week, by the way, in the chat. Obviously, I forgot about Juice Ash, who's on triple captain Gyökeres, as is Danish. Kvara is on free hit. Chris is on a wild card. Spud Jack's thinking of bench boosting Dubravka, Papisar, Stev and Neko Williams. Yep. Robbo Ball is on a free hit. Palmer or Saka. Gotta be Saka. Kevin is on free hit. Semenyo instead of Rodgers. Yes. Evan Nielsen or Wood. Maybe Evan Nielsen. Darwin Núñez. Is it the real Darwin Núñez? Would you bench boost with a Stev, Dubravka, Ronaldo and Guiu? No. Alex, if Trafford plays in goal this week, is it proof that he's the new number one and Edison is leaving? Let's just wait till the transfer window shuts. They could sign Donnarumma yet. Down Under is also on triple captain Gyökeres. And Odan says, fair play to the people that have faith in that triple captain. Mike's on bench boost. Love it. Right, let's have a look then at this tweet deck. Because as I said, we've got a lot of press conferences coming up at 1:30. I feel like I've been chatting a lot. Champions League draw coming up, by the way. I'm guessing that's 5 p.m. on Thursday. We get the Champions League draw. That's exciting. Yeah, because I've been chatting and answering your questions for 10 minutes, I'm just going to have a check that I haven't missed anything. No, we haven't. There wasn't anything really that significant come through from the Wolves press conference, but we need to stay put now because we are going to have quite a few updates coming up in the next half an hour. We've got 7 press conferences to come. What I really want to hear is what Thomas Frank has got to say about missing out on Eze, and whether Arteta can give us a confirmation on whether this signing of Eze has gone through in time. Eze Paul says, I've just subscribed, thank you. We've got 555 of you in. We're almost at 200 likes as well, so keep liking the stream and showing your support. Let me know if there's any injury news that you're particularly waiting on today. Apparently, Eze picked Arsenal due to his emotional connection with the club. Arsenal sold the project to him in July. He needed no convincing to return to the club where his career started. Spurs agreed a deal with Palace in terms with Eze. He was ready to join until the Arsenal bid. It's not come out of nowhere. Right. Update from Amorim. Ruben Amorim asked about his goalkeepers ahead of a trip to Fulham on Sunday. Onana is ready to play like last week, so we will see who is going to be the goalkeeper. At least Amorim was punctual. I bet that press conference has already happened though, and these are more likely to be embargo quotes. Onana is ready to play like last week. Lercher is out. Nose is out. The rest of the guys are fit and ready to play. So yeah, no major injury updates. Nothing new there. From Manchester United. Sounds like this is the thing I couldn't get. I couldn't figure out if we was getting a Palace conference today or not after they played last night. It sounds like Glasner is in now. Kamada was back in training today. Recovery for the rest of the group has gone well. So that's good news. So we could see Will Hughes now drop to the bench. No prize for the mini league, Vimal, because it's against FPL rules, but you can still join the league. The code is HERE, HERE 3N. So the Manchester United and Palace press conferences are underway. Whether we see any chance of seeing Emery anytime soon, I don't know. Arteta on Eze. So Arteta is in. Nothing to comment. I can't talk about players that aren't part of our group or our club. So it sounds like Eze isn't going to be playing for Arsenal tomorrow because he hasn't fully signed yet. Ben White, let's see, Norgard will be in the squad. Sorry, I was just trying to remember which press conferences we've got to tick off. We've got Everton, Forest, Spurs. Aston Villa. Arsenal is underway. Oh, we've got Fulham as well. Manchester United is underway. Palace is underway. Kai Havertz. I don't want to talk about the specifics, but he is not fit. We need to explore that and then decide what we're going to do. Norgard will be sidelined for another week. Ben White, let's see. I swear I saw something saying Norgard will be in the squad. How can one account say Norgard will be in the squad and another account say will be sidelined for another week? That is confusing. I'll try and get clarification, guys. Who do we think is going to start in goal then for United? It sounds very up in the air at the moment. I mean, hopefully they make a signing. I'd love it if we got Donnarumma, although I don't think we could afford to pay his wages. That's the problem. Vimal says, why is nobody talking about Manchester United player captain in an FPL? And next week, Burnley at home, that's when that conversation will happen. But yeah, not this week. Someone says De Gea. Alex, I feel like you guys in the chat have got all the info. Alex has just said reports that United are trying to sign Le Mans as a new goalkeeper. Interesting. Oh, he's from Antwerp. Have I been living under a rock? Big game next week in my world. Grimsby Town v Manchester United. Not managed to secure a ticket for the game though. So TJ, that gives you a bit of an insight. My local club, Grimsby. Obviously Man United and England. And whoever's in my FPL team, of course, because FPL comes first. I got told off for saying that once. But we'll roll with it. No shame. What we're thinking then, guys. Keep the questions coming because I feel like these press conferences have been a little bit steady this morning. This afternoon. Mahmood, Salah or Gyökeres as a captain? I think if I owned Gyökeres, I would be hard put not to captain him. I think that would be fair to say. Keep liking the stream, guys, and subscribing to the channel. Alex says, Grimsby v United is going to be a painful one. One of my best friends is a Grimsby fan and has taken me to some of their biggest games, but I'm a Man United supporter. You've got to support the underdog. You've got to support the underdog. I mean, the trouble is United are going to be going full strength, I imagine, because no Europe. But you never know. There's always hope. Amarim on Hoyland, like a professional player, we need to see, let's wait and see when the market closes and then everything will be clear. There's so much that needs to shake out in the next week or so. When does the transfer window actually close? £7 p.m. on Monday, the 1st of September. So that is into the international break at that point. That is where we're at with it. Right, let's see what other nuggets of information we can find. Yuri and Timber, we need to manage his load. That's why we took him out of the main session at open training. Interesting. Can't see anything else filtering through at the moment. So we've heard from Crystal Palace, Manchester United and Arsenal in the last few minutes, but we are still waiting to hear from Aston Villa, Spurs, Forest, Everton and Fulham. So stay tuned while we're waiting. Like the stream and subscribe to the channel. While we're waiting, let's do a few more questions. This made me laugh, Alex. Yeah, no need for the capitals, but yeah, Eze did not sign as an Arsenal player before midday UK time today, so we won't be available to play against Leeds. Looks like the Fulham press conference is underway. Going to have another session. We'll take a decision on both Sessegnon and Robinson. We didn't take the risk last week. And a few options to play there as well. Injuries at Everton to contend with. Branthwaite, Mikalenko and Patterson will miss Sunday's game, but Asnu returned to training today. Yeah, and just to clarify, Eze not part of the Arsenal group currently. Sounds like Buendia could be staying put at Villa. Yeah, so it's Villa, Spurs and Forest that we're still waiting on. Let's see what we can find if BBC are reporting anything. Keep an eye out on BBC Sport later today, guys, because I believe Gianni is doing dedicated FPL live. Could be exciting. We've also got the Premier League's blog, which sometimes is useful. Nothing on there yet either. And we've also got the club websites. I'm going to load all these up just so we can be across it. Nottingham Forest and Spurs. Live coverage. Thomas Frank speaks to the media live. 1:30. Thomas team news update. You doggy is better. Trained with the team twice. Full training. Just too soon to be involved for City. We want him to train tomorrow and have another good week. Bissouma will miss the game. And also Kulusevski is out. That's a longer one. I don't want to put a time frame on it. I'm just going to post that on Twitter. Spurs team news. Udogie and Bissouma. I'll just put the link in there. That's useful information to have. You see, you do find something decent on club websites at some point, as proven by me just now. Not that there'll be anything on the Nottingham Forest website or the Villa website. Douglas Luiz signing though is exciting. I think that is our lot for now. Let's go back to the tweet deck, see if there's anything else going on. Nothing. Well, I've been gathering that news and nothing has happened on the tweet deck. Rissa is training with the squad and could be an option against Aston Villa, says Keith Andrews. What do we think to that if you are a Thiago owner? Interesting. I don't understand what happened there then, because there was quotes from Brentford this morning. It sounds like Fulham are keen to keep Muniz, which reduces the appeal of Muniz and Jimenez. Gathering this information from far and wide. Yeah, big turnaround for Visser is the big takeaway here. Oh, actually, that says we've hit 200 likes. I love that. Thanks for the support, guys. There's 550 of you in as well, which is amazing. So thank you. Here every week at 1 p.m. Make sure you've subscribed to the channel and hit the notify button so that you don't miss the next stream. Yeah, international break coming up after game week 3. Good to see you as well, John. Yeah, no sleeper league this season. Right, let's see what else is going on over on the tweet deck then. Can't really see anything else extra. I think we were ahead of the curve with the Spurs press conference. This is why it's always good to be watching along. I've got my eye on most things. So we're still waiting for, no surprise who we're still waiting for, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa. Yeah, the line is that as BBC are reporting, Norgard is out. Yeah, so it's Forest and Villa that we're waiting for. We know what Unai Emery is like. How to watch Nuno's pre-post press conference. Press conference due to be Nuno to meet the media. Watch live on our website and app. How? Can't you just give us the information? Seeing if there's anything else coming from Thomas Frank's press conference. There'll be no update on Eze, of course. Well, not update, but no that came out wrong. No comment on Eze. Something about a new contract, I think it was for Mainu. The guy that said that Norgard had a chance has now corrected himself. Thomas Frank on Richarlison. Right now, he's my starting 9. He scored 2 top goals. Rishi wants to stay. I want to keep him. And there's been no talks about anything else. Yeah, apparently you have to subscribe to the Forest website at $5.99 a month to watch the press conference. I mean, why can't they just get a journalist in the press conference? That would be the better solution, wouldn't it? Yeah, it sounds like... Manchester United are nearly there in terms of signing a goalkeeper. Yeah, Spurs are... I mean, I don't know who Spurs are going to sign, but it does feel like there are still signings to come. Put it that way. Yeah, so it's Villa and Forest are the ones that we're waiting on in terms of these press conferences. Is everything running smoothly today, by the way? Because I've just got some sort of error message. I've not frozen, have I? Or anything? Because that's what happened last time I streamed from home. It kept freezing on me, didn't it? I just remembered about that. It all seems to be looking okay today. Famous last words. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll go through everything that we've got. So, Richarlison is Spurs starting number 9. Fulham keen to keep hold of Muniz. Johan Visser has been training with the squad and could be available for the Villa game. Eze is not part of the Arsenal group currently. Branthwaite, Mikolenko and Patterson all out for Everton, but Anzu has returned to training today. Still a problem with left backs at Fulham. Timber needs his load managing at Arsenal. Højlund is good ethic at Man United still, despite being not involved. Havertz, no specific on a return to play for him. Norgard silent for another week. Ben White is a wait and see. Kamada back in training for Crystal Palace. Onana available for Manchester United. We don't know who will play yet. Martinez and Mazzari are out. Strand Larsen is training and remains committed as a Wolves player. Christie's trained all week, should be involved. Clivert working partially with the group. Trafford could start for City again, or it could be Edison who returns from illness. A decision to be made tomorrow. Akanji and Savino, let's see what happens in the next few weeks. Rodri and Foden are available. Gvardiol is out. Hinshelwood has trained for Brighton and will be an option. Damsgaard, Pinnock, Konak and Magoma are all back in training for Brentford. Isak will not be part of the squad for the game against Liverpool. Lavia and Badiashile on the sidelines for Chelsea. Fofana is back. Tosin is available. Calvert-Lewin is building his way back up. Okafor will train for the first time today. Sleet is fine. Masuaka a little longer. Bit of a crisis at right back for Liverpool with Frimpong out until after the international break. Gomez still coming back from injury. Broja possible for the weekend. Conor Bradley back in training for Liverpool, which is a boost. Ampadu, bruised ankle, we will see. And Gyökeres potentially on penalties for Arsenal. I cannot see anything yet from Forest or Aston Villa. I've had a look. Given that there's not any pressing injury news from either of those teams, I'm probably going to wrap things up there if that's okay, guys. But as I've mentioned, I am going to be here every week at 1 o'clock UK time. So if you've enjoyed this one, like the stream, subscribe to the channel and hit the notify button because that will let you know when I go live. It is a Friday deadline. Do not miss it. If you're interested in a membership on Fantasy Football Hub, 50% off Win Your League or your money back is pinned in the chat. Have a great game week too. I'll be back early next week with some more content. Thank you for watching.